Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo.
Next week we'll work on color.
Okay, I didn't know if I was really truly live. I am.
Yep.
I'm not sure. This is a live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, reviews, and answers that you can use like an answer to the question, Chris, why did you talk so much in the Geek Out the other day? Well, because it was a Geek Out, and the questions being asked were asked of me, and so I had to answer them in order. It wasn't an interview, and even though a lot of people wanted me to treat it like it was an interview, it wasn't an interview. So I apologize for everybody who thought that it was going to be an interview. They're never interviews. Then, if you want an answer to the question, what am I going to do with all the questions that were asked of me? Very grateful that Liz scraped the comments thread, eliminated a lot of the really, really horrible people. Well, I wish you could, but unfortunately, they're still among us. Just a word of warning, you may be related to one of them. Just pulling together all these good questions that I'm going to be addressing in today's live TLDR. John, does that help light at all? Is that better?
Yeah, let me check.
Instead of just being blue and orange.
That is awful.
Well,
that's terrible.
Is it really?
Well, I mean,
I love it.
You see it?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I look creepy and everything.
Yeah.
Like you are listening or what? Well, if you can't see me, you have to see this to believe it. Why am I in our basement next to the awesome room? Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching and/or listening to another LockerGnome. I'm sorry. Well, I am a LockerGnome, but hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching and/or listening to another one of those live editions of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, reviews, and answers that you can use like an answer to the question, why is Chris repeating the intro? If you're only listening to this right now, because John changed the lighting in the room, and he is not responsible for the lighting of this video. No one really is, except for the divine creator outside. And the sky, you notice, has turned this lovely orange color. Although I'm more orange with the light overhead. I am in this room because if you were paying attention, and I hope you were, we've been in the process of getting some parts of our ceiling replaced due to water damage because the coil in the air conditioner froze and we had condensation. Hilarious time, not having a ceiling in our laundry room for quite some time. Today, everything is finally getting repaired, so we're down here. My hope is, and you've likely seen this room before, to transform this room into more of a production studio of sorts, and a lot is going to have to change, including soundproofing, and also setting up better lighting scenarios, such that when I need to record something on something that would be chroma keyed, like a green screen, or any kind of product shots, anything that's to be professionally done, could potentially be done in this room instead of it just serving as well, there's not much really down here, just a whole bunch of old crap, like my face. John's been playing with my face for the past couple of days. John Prosser from Front Page Tech. That is John's official last name now. Front Page Tech. I'm going to reach over for my... John is an ass. I just want to say that right now.
I'm the one that put it in his bed, though. Last night.
Okay, this is just really... You have to see this to believe it. I've got myself coming out of my shirt. Does that look... Do I look real?
Move your head a little bit to your right. There you go.
Hello, world. I'm Chris Pirillo.
That was so messed up.
In case you're wondering, this is the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, reviews, and answers that you can use, like the answer to the question, the Q&A today.
The third intro.
Was I was talking about the best movie of 2014, the best geek movie, or nerd movie, and spoiler alert, you probably have already seen it. And that video is already live for all my patrons, a.k.a. the supernomies who are watching this happen live. Everybody else, not so much. TLDR is going to be for everybody to see again, as they had seen it before, with me, in whatever room I happen to be in. Right now it's here. The future production room, as I kind of figure a lot of that out. I'm trying to amp up my production quality.
Can't you tell?
By doing things that improve my lighting situation. I really am this orange. I'm part Oompa Loompa, which would explain a lot. All right, let me go ahead and get to all of those questions. I really do like doing Geek Out types of things. And I was talking to John. I'm kind of frustrated really frustrated with the way that I've not just been doing things, but the way I really want to do things. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take a team. And I would love to do something that had a lot more production value, and that's going to take people, not just creative people, but skilled people and people in general. So without the Supernomies, aka the patrons, I wouldn't even have a chance to do what I'm doing right now. So thank you very much for your time and attention. So questions. Oh, I need to jump to the patron thread first because I didn't address every one of them, and they were, in the priority queue. The one thing I did have to mention, I did upload over the weekend my home office / workshop tour. Ended up being about an hour and a half long.
60 FPS, yo.
Well, yeah, I thought I did, but it didn't turn out that way.
YouTube didn't process
It didn't process at 60, and I don't know why, and maybe it just hadn't done it yet.
Well, to be fair, YouTube basically guesses if you're capable of playing 60 frames per second back.
But I was.
Just because you upload it at 60 frames per second doesn't mean everyone's going to see it that way.
That's crazy talk.
Just kind of how they're like, oh yeah, we'll determine if you want to watch it in HD or not.
Oh, yeah, I hate that too. So I did, so you could potentially see it in 60 frames per second goodness. And spoiler alert, it is very Vadery. In fact, someone went through, and I would be giving credit. I asked if I could re-upload this video. He went through, and he did a supercut of this year's that not a lot of people have seen. It's a Patreon exclusive right now, but everyone will see it when the classic YouTube channel relaunches. Because remember, Pirillo Vlogs are going to do a new channel. Geek Lifestyles continues with a lot of long-form content, live content like this, including the Geek Outs, TLDR, Q&A stuff. And then the classic YouTube channel is getting the edited CPU episodes, which are usually broadcast behind the scenes that patrons can tune into. So I'm producing, or I guess we are producing a lot of content for everybody. It's just if you want a little bit more, then, you can support us a little bit more than you support others. And we appreciate that. So he went through and he counted how many times I said Vader. And spoiler alert, okay, it's over 100.
Really?
It's over 200.
What?
Oh, goodness.
No.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I'm just so amazed that he counted every one of them.
Challenge you to do how many times you said Vader throughout your entirety of your
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
That'd be crazy.
That would be impossible, I think.
That'd be crazy.
So, if you don't like that, you're not going to like the tour. But you know what? I believe that, having a workspace that you enjoy is important. And I really want to build this into a nice studio that's going to, it's going to have machines that can be, the processing, the editing bays, and the lighting, and the audioing. So if I'm recording just audio, I've got a setup, or if I'm recording video, I've got the setup. It's just ready to go. It's clean. It looks clean. It works. People can come in here, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
That's
you're
the kind of production.
Right.
Words are things.
La 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 la.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for myself.
Look down.
Where the hell did I go?
Other way.
No, that's not me.
That what?
No, that's not me.
What are you talking about?
I had a me around here. My glasses are falling off my face. Me.
Oh.
That's upstairs.
Oh, why am I upstairs, John? John doesn't know because he didn't know. I'm just throwing a curveball at him because it's a sports reference. Sports ball. What? All right.
I don't think there's anything further from sports.
Do we have?
What we're doing right
Well,
now.
I'm wondering if we have any further questions from the patrons because I think we pretty much covered it all before having to close off. A lot of people like watching those Geek Outs. I think that was one of the best Geek Outs that we'd ever done. You need to move here because you were here.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so again, it wasn't an interview. It was never intended to be an interview. This is the worst AMA video I've ever done, by the way. Just so everybody knows. Brian Roberts asks, could you tell us what happened off-air after the old man broke the priceless vinyl tube on the Tech TV Call for Helpathon? And anybody who asks me to stop spinning doesn't really understand that I wanted to spin right there. That's my spinning class. I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good. Cool. Thank you. So, thank you, Liz. Appreciate it. Corey Moore asks, this is a surprise. No one's really asking. Number one, I almost unplugged the camera, FYI, with my body. And number two, no one's really asking about CES yet. I'll get to that, though. My thoughts. Actually, I wonder if I should make that a dedicated video so that people can actually hear my thoughts on CES. I'll do that for you. You know what? I'll do that. I'm gonna bump one of the Q&As and then do not today's. And we'll just do a different one tomorrow than we were planning on. Corey Moore asks, I'm looking to buy a new Retina MacBook Pro. My question is, in your opinion, would having a dedicated GPU make a noticeable difference for a person who does mild video editing rendering? Yes, I think it would make a difference. In fact, I pretty much run, if I have a chance to toggle, I don't use the automatic graphics switching to save power, even though the apps themselves should automatically detect that for you. I think the more video RAM you have, the more system RAM you have, the more responsive everything is going to be. So I think you are going to see the difference. Even if it's mild video editing, no one has ever complained, I have too much RAM. Like, there's actually like one person who ever complained about that, but he's also the type of person who goes around disliking YouTube videos. Rah, baby, dislike. Rah, cat, dislike. Rah, fun, dislike. Rah, not my life, dislike. That's the same person who said he had too much RAM. Am I lit enough now?
Remember that email I told you I typed out and never sent?
Yeah?
That's it.
Cool.
I told the truth. It wasn't a lie.
Okay. So you guys can read the question as reflected in my glasses. Kimberly Johns. Oh, she just submitted the question twice. Not a big deal. Cole McNamara asks, why don't I have Jerry 3D print a vlog camera mount for your car? Also, now that you've seen Series 8, do you like Capaldi's Doctor? I do not like Capaldi's Doctor, and I don't know if I want a 3D printed anything more right now. Although, this would be an interesting room. If we did video production in here, could we put a 3D printer in here too, or would that just be too much? I'm just saying, like in that corner, a 3D printer, on that side, the chroma key color and audio podcast corner. Because I don't know. I don't know what I want. All the things. Austin asks, what are some great apps for the iPad Mini Retina? Everything. Just try everything. I don't have everything. Just anything. Because here's the thing. Everything's free, right? Or, okay, even if it costs $1 or $2, it's close to free. Like some people, they'll spend $6 on this fancy schmancy drink at a coffee shop, and then they freak out when an app is 99 cents. Even though one of them is not packed with calories and the other one is. Just saying. Jerry had another question from Andy Green, and I'm going to be passing that along to him because Jerry's obviously not with us right now. I mean, he's alive. I didn't mean that in a dead kind of way. Aaron Bellamy asks, have you read or listened to any of the Enderverse books outside of Ender's Game, and what are your opinions of these stories? Overall, he preferred the Shadow series about Bean, but Ender's Game was obviously the best of them overall. I saw the movie. I don't like reading the books because the spoiler alerts, I'll wait until they're TV shows or movies. I'm not going to like read Game of Thrones and, because I can't wait for the new season to start. Unlike some people. You cried?
No, I didn't cry.
I love spoilers.
The closest thing though, like a little man tear. It was
a man tear.
Like,
it was there. It had hair.
Yeah.
What is a man tear?
A very manly tear.
Very indeed. Andy's asking about Diana and myself. We may very well address that in a future video. Oscar Roque asks Jerry about Ubuntu on a PC, asking how it worked out. What did he use it for? Unfortunately, Jerry's not here. I'm going to pass those 2 questions on to Jerry, though, and I'll ask him on Twitter.
But Jerry's no longer with us.
This is where it gets spooky. Jerry is no longer with us. He is departed. No, that's just strange. Weirdo.
Isn't that what you're doing right now?
Next question. Now that we're about halfway through the broadcast, that everyone's tuned out. Chris Howard asks, are you ever going to change your desk setup? And he asked this of all of us, John. So are you ever going to change your desk setup?
Oh, yes.
I will. Well,
when I care more.
This is what I feel exactly the same way. I don't care. I care, but I don't care. But I care. I care about the question. I care about the person asking the question. But ultimately, I really don't. I got a computer on it, and I think it freaked everybody out. And you'll understand why when you see it the next time. We should.
I pointed like it matters if I point or not.
There's an Instagram video. No, we'll just say it. Go to the Chris Pirillo Instagram feed and you'll see it. It's right there. It's like not at the top necessarily, but it's there.
Is that the first magic trick?
People liked it. People wondered how I did that. The Apple logo is no longer visible on my iMac.
Well, you took the color form off.
Well, I took and there was nothing. Yeah, I know. They're like, what? There was nothing underneath.
Well, John was a magician in a past life.
I'm just magical that way too. So that was my answer, magic. We will change the desk setup, but I look at it like not like, oh, I need to change the desk setup. I look at it like the Mac Pro that is currently right in front of me, the one that I used for years, the R2 to my 3PO. Since I am kind of golden, my God, John, look at it got really dark outside.
Well, because the sun's like
gone.
Right, Chris?
Okay, so I am gonna have to do the rest of the broadcast like this.
Wait,
I think.
is this plugged in?
Is
it?
It's
It'll probably. Okay, we'll do it live.
do it live.
It's probably
Okay,
gonna look really messed up.
I know it's gonna look messed up because we did a different white balance, so we can white balance in the middle of the
It's not
broadcast. I don't think
help
anybody's
you.
gonna care.
There's gold around you.
So yes, the desk setup will change. As I said, the home office tour is coming down the pike. These questions, by the way, that I'm going through right now were submitted on YouTube
I hope I don't get
live
the camera, but that would suck.
by the general community, not necessarily the patrons. Mitch Collins, who is a patron. Chris, how do you prevent carpal tunnel? As I use a mouse a lot, I don't know.
Don't
I guess
use the mouse. Just yell at the computer.
I don't know. I've been able to avoid it. I guess I'm just smart. I don't type at the computer all day. I prefer to do things without.
You say you don't type at the computer all day?
Yeah, I don't type at the computer.
I've been here for a few days, and that's mostly your life.
Really? Where am I right now?
Well, you're kind of.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Sometimes you type.
No, actually, if I have a chance, I'll go through on my phone
Well, I can't do that.
and use my phone. Wait.
Wait, will that run off battery if I unplug it? We'll find out. Should we? We're thinking about unplugging the camera, but I don't know.
This is dangerous, but yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me know. We still on?
Yep.
Yeah! Look at that! Chris Pirillo unplugged right there. We're trying to
That's one
plug
of the
in some
scariest
other
things
lights
I've
here.
ever done. Come on.
So yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. Other than using, if I need to, I can. If I can do something on my phone or a tablet, I will. And I won't do it at the computer. Although I've got a few emails I got to get to that reply through at the computer because I'll be typing at length. Jacob Gilmore, he asked this of Jerry, but I'd be able to answer it just as well. Do you think there'll be another Surface RT device, or it'll end with the Surface 2? I think RT is pretty much gone. I think it's now moved on to the idea of Windows 8 with Bing, Windows 8.1 with Bing. These lower cost devices that could run Windows or some kind of version of Windows. RT, I think, was just a great idea, just a rather questionable execution. Microsoft, unfortunately.
Why don't you have anything that works?
Okay, hang on, John. Try plugging in the other outlet, the top one. Just try, for argument's sake. We know that the camera's not going to go out, theoretically. Did it go?
Well, there's
is the
no
bulb
light
out?
on.
Well, is that switch on? Is there a toggle on the
Both.
thing? I don't know. I am Kilroy.
Yep, it's working.
How would you describe your paths to your first few hundred YouTube followers? I think my first few hundred YouTube followers there were only a few hundred people watching YouTube at the time. And that is something that is going to be different for everybody. And unfortunately, what you got to remember is that there are a lot of people producing video. Most of the videos that you'll watch on YouTube, believe it or not, have even worse production value than this one.
Like mine.
And it's not very difficult to have.
Better.
What do you mean? Well, at least that's kind of like a faux sunlight.
I mean, it looks better here.
It's a fun light. John installed the fun light. Now all we have to worry about is shadows.
Shadow puppet
And
time.
let's not burn the carpet. Don't even. I didn't do it. Don't look at me. He looked at me like I didn't. I did that. There we go. We'll just bounce it off. This looks so much worse, John. I know.
I don't know how to help you.
I don't know either.
No.
Why
It's
is
all so bad.
why is this such horrible production? Why do you think I'm trying to
I feel
turn
bad
this
for the people that are listening to
into the production studio? No, you can't listen to this. This is if you're listening to this still, you're gonna be jumping over for the video. This is why I'm so grateful to have the support of patrons in all this, because I am trying to get to that point. Right now, obviously, we're not there. The goal is to get there, and that's in large part to people like you. I don't think Surface RT is going to happen again, at least not anytime soon. Microsoft did what they did. They kind of kick-started, or kind of, well, not to be confused with Kickstarter, they kind of jump-started things, but unfortunately offended a lot of their partners. They didn't like the moves that Microsoft made with the Surface line of products. I don't know if they should do it again. And Jerry would have no insight, and even if he did, he wouldn't be able to tell you. He's not at Microsoft anymore, and of course, he would not want to get into any kind of trouble with them in general. I need to now pop over to make sure I give the people the credit that they deserve. I'm just going to read out aloud the names of the supernomies who are at a certain pledge level or higher. It'll be easier than just showing you. Prodod.com, if you're looking for video stabilization software. Muvie.com, a good video editor for Android. EarthNetworks.com, frontpagetech.net. I throw John in there every day. Escuche
I made
Audio.
that website. Not that one.
No, you didn't. You
that.
made that other one. Brayhawk Tech. We also have IntelliArmor.com if you're looking to protect your devices. Gui.com, I believe, is also currently a sponsor. Bogza-apps.com. Mitchell Wilson II. I just forwarded an email from him to you, John.
Yep, I got it.
He wants you. Christopher Sloop. Jennifer Taylor Espen. We also have Robert Martin. And I keep going backwards. Why am I going backwards? Jordan C. Andy CD Green, at Andy CD Green, who just posted his first vlog today. Congratulations. Daryl Jones. Oh, speaking of Andy, I should let you know, we're doing live brick builds upstairs after this broadcast. Those videos will be made public as well, but I need to build the 2 Lego Minecraft sets for the edited CPU episode, so it's going to be a long hangout with all y'all. Joe Blau, Brad Gashulo, Zeo Fox, good to hear from you again. Chris Miller, and Chris, I just replied to you and your email about future dates for Gnome Decks and Vlogger Fair, Gnome Decks being kind of like a YouTube geeky gathering. Everybody's invited. We don't have dates yet. We hopefully will be touring potential facilities this coming week. John W. Dizelle, Sven Rossler, Tal Mates, Mark Heider, Quasi Wabbit Hankins, Heather Capali, Lance Muller, Frederick L.G., Mitch Collins, John Cho, sorry about hitting the camera there, Matthew Wilson, Peter Abraham, Doug Skrinsky, Joanne Edwards, Colby Foyce, Frederick, Richard Wooding, Jewel Shaw, Don and Val Heller. We have Chris, not me, but another Chris. We don't have his last name. Giannis Regas, James Irwin, Shane Keats, Andrew Seaman, Boris and Natasha, Anthony Dibble, James Isles, Dan McLaughlin, Ryan Bragg, Adam Toms, David Bui, Fraser Walker. We have Brian Roberts, and your name could be read out loud or be here in the normal presentation as I do it. So thank you to all those patrons who are active and are helping kind of inch our way towards a better production studio.
I'm here.
Because of you.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Well, them.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm here because, I kind of got you out of here. John thinks he's moving in. He's not.
I'm the one who doesn't
No,
have
you're
a plane
not.
ticket home yet.
The next question is from Trevor Robbins. Hey guys, what's the best place to buy highly discounted technology? I want to have great setups like you guys. Well, let's start with what you can afford. I say buy secondhand if you can. Be careful about what you buy secondhand and from where. But I think that if you go refurb, there's an option to save a lot of money, especially on current gen products. So where? Just look for sales. Watch for sales. Watch for discounts. And they're everywhere. They really are. There's very, very few places I can say you can always go here to get this. You can always go there to get X. You know how I'm going to answer this question? I go to Amazon and I exchange my gift cards that I earn by way of...
Go.tagjag.com/free points or go.tagjag.com/free apps. I'm Chris Pirillo.
Okay. I think we're making people shed man tears. Aaron Stepank asks, if YouTube made it easy to categorize things, subcategories in a channel where you'd subscribe to all or certain parts, would that be better? I think so. I think so as well. It's like Twitter, right? I'm frustrated because I know there's a value in what I'm sharing. It's just that I don't know if enough people are seeing it. I've actually debated setting up separate Twitter accounts for all the Lego deals that I find. It's just because it's just simple. It's all the toy or Lego deals that I find, and I find them on a very regular basis. And what?
Does Deals have a Twitter account?
I don't think Deals does because I'm doing a redirect. Well, it's a separate one. It's not dedicated. Deals.LockerGnome.com. It goes into the LockerGnome feed, which is just general. Everything falls into LockerGnome, including some of the products that we're featuring on a regular basis. So the Pirillo vlogs are going to be going into their own channel come Vlog 1000. Hope you subscribe to that. I'm doing advice in those videos every day as well, so those are fun things to do. I like answering questions. I wish I could do an AMA every day. I wish we had enough. Well, I still think that it's a possibility of doing an AMA every day. And I talk about tech news in and out of the questions being answered, and it's more direct to people, and it's a direct response. I like doing that. Nicole Wiseman. Hey, Nicole. I would love to hear what Chris thinks about trying to work with other creators whose main channels aren't tech-related, but talking with them about where the cross-section of their content and tech meet. That's the thing. As I'm more like them than I am like what most people think I am or need me to be.
Sweeper.
I told you there. No. I think it's fine. It adds to the whole crappiness of the mystique. It adds
character to the stream.
Because that's what we needed, more character. I think if I do that, does that help? Better one or better two? Better one, or whenever A or B, 1 or 2, 3 or 4. The idea of using technology for what it's valuable for, and most creators will. In fact, I think more creators get more into production than I do. And I really know that, but I just don't. It's not. I don't know. I probably need to change a few things, and I just haven't gone about doing the things that I probably need to do to make it easier to do what I'm doing. How do I explain that better? I'm not very good at doing those things. I just do them to get them done, and I don't necessarily think about everything. That goes along
with what you always say about
just get it done.
Technology's just kind of like tools to you.
They're tools. And they get better over time, and you just learn how to work them into your workflow. So doing 3 live videos every day, doing the vlog, doing extra bonus hangouts. Well, actually, 4 live videos every day. Well,
some
when we're doing
people like
CPU.
to build things and like to use tools, and some people just need to have them to get stuff done.
And see, that's the thing. I think most people just use computers as tools, but that's what they are. A computer is not a collector's item for me. Like I can look. I'm just in iShot. I've got 1 PC, a monitor, 2 PCs, 3 PCs, a Mac. I got another Mac in the other room, like in a closet. It's someone could buy it. It's probably worth something, but no one's made an offer, and I'm like not motivated. I wanted to give it away to the Supernomies.
$10,000.
It's sold to the man who's crazy. I see some kind of camera, some kind of drive, some kind of projector, an amp. It's just random crap. They're tools. It's a screwdriver. Honestly, a computer is a very fancy screwdriver to me.
Some people use tools to create big things. Some just need to hang something up on the wall.
And I am learning to do a better job at identifying which tools are going to be usable for me, easy to use. And John and I have to go through a few things to possibly get a different mic rig setup thing in my workshop where I'm normally. Even though the video, I would say, is probably just as crazy good.
The video is really good. Unfortunately, most people don't get to see that when it's streamed live.
Sorry.
It's not the camera, guys. It's not the camera.
It is definitely not the camera. Kayla Mooney. Hello, Chris. So my boyfriend is planning on selling both of our 27-inch Mac monitors and getting the LG monitors that you got. What do you think? Cool.
It's sitting right there.
It's sitting right there. It's one of the monitors I was looking at. It's great if you do a lot of video editing, if most of what you do is consumption. I don't know. It was great to have the widescreen. It was difficult to accommodate the Retina display iMac, the 5K, whatever. And I did, and it was fine, and I like that making that move. But it just depends on what you're using it for. I don't mind, and I think I mentioned this in the Geek Out the other day. I don't mind. No, I mentioned it in the workshop tour. I don't mind having gone from having 2 monitors to 1. It wasn't a big deal with going to the Mac. I don't use it. I never found a use case for that second monitor. And I know most nerds and geeks want to have more than one, but it produced enough heat, and my electricity bill was, high. So I wanted to kind of, do what I needed to do and not waste a lot of time, energy, money, etc. Leanne Suplieve asks, why do you think conventions or geek events continue to segregate themselves from each other rather than have an across-the-board event like that you're attempting to plan now? Well, I'm glad you're listening. Thank you, because that's exactly what we're trying to do with Gnome Decks, inviting a lot of the geeky YouTubers, Minecrafters, techies, cosplayers, not just YouTubers, but people who use media in general to connect with people. Like I can think of Yaya Han is always like my use case for like a professional cosplayer. Does amazing artistry with herself. And that's her career in being herself and being geeky about it. And that's who she is. She's a geek, nerd, whatever. She wants to label herself. So I want to kind of bring them all together. And the reason why it hasn't been attempted, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I can tell you that even if even if only one of those communities really comes out in full force for this to support this type of event, it could be for a lot of different reasons. But certainly we're going to try, like we did with Vlogger Fair. We weren't sure who was going to actually latch on to it, and it turns out that the family vloggers are the most interested in doing something like a Vlogger Fair. So Vlogger Fair will be focused on family vloggers, much like we are now with Jedi, Diana, and myself. And Gnome Dex is going to be an event, an expo for geeks and nerds who use media to connect with community. That's really, I don't know why. Maybe someone just hadn't thought about it before, and I did. So we're going to be the first. That's what I want to be. I want to be the first. If we did, even if we're not, I want to work on being the best. I would love to be the only one. I'm sure someone else is going to be able to do another one as well. But if we do it well enough and we have enough support by the community, we'll be able to grow it. We can only do that with people who are paying attention, though. So thank you, Leanne, for paying attention. Eric Wessels asks, do you watch any retro toy channels? Yes, I do. Like Retro Blasting? Yes, I do. They do a ton of Star Wars restoration. Yeah, I've been thinking about that, and I got to figure out how it works into the flow. But someone asked in the Geek Out about retro stuff and like retro gaming and things like that. And yeah, is the answer to the question. I want to do that because I enjoy it. I've got to figure out how to make that work within a content construct, whether it's a live video, an edited video. I don't yet really know. But I may try to figure something out, and I just don't know what that is yet. And it may very well be figuring out how to jerry rig. And I gave Jerry that name that he uses. Yeah. I did give him that name in a Geek Out. I think he forgot, but I love him anyway. Because it was perfect. I'm like, dude, hello, jerry rigged. Figuring out a camera, positioning a camera atop that arcade cabinet, and then playing a game on that, and then just talking through it, and then having that edited down into a video. Playing classic arcade games like I used to as a kid on the arcade, on the CRT with the whole, it would look like crap, but it's the part of the classic kind of retro-ness-ish thing.
That's how they used to stream on Twitch back in 19.
Way back when?
Yeah.
Well, but it's the kitsch, I'm on an arcade machine, and I can play the game that way. I wouldn't stream it live, but if I could record it locally at a high quality, and just have the something just set up there, positioned, ready to go, click a button, and you're off to the races. That's what I'm thinking, just to try it, just to see if it latches on. Because I'd play the Star Wars, the Vector classic arcade game, maybe Super Mario Brothers, and show everybody how I suck at it. Old video games that I used to like playing, Millipede, and people can get that arcade feel of like looking over someone's shoulder and watching. I don't know. And then
do it live.
Do it live. No, I don't want to do that one live. I don't think I want to do that one live. I'm not a Twitcher. I did receive this. This is, I thank Max 3099. This is a canvas. And I took the Jedi Creed that he sent to Jedi and I basically edited the text and everything and grabbed the Jedi logo and put this on canvas, print on canvas. Diana probably would have chosen a different color. I went with white because it's plain and simple, and if Jedi decides that she likes another color, we'll figure something out. But it's a great creed. It's actually known as the Jedi Code, and we're going to hang it up in the room. I got it like in a steep 80% discount at one of those canvas art places. And it was easy to do, and it's original. I wouldn't call it art, but hanging on the wall for a while, or it will be hanging on the wall for quite a while in Jedi's room to give her some guidance, This is actually perfect for the type of character I would like Jedi to have, as I would like any child to have. Jedi are the guardians of peace in the galaxy. Jedi use their powers to defend and protect, never to attack others. Jedi respect all life in any form, unless they're spiders. They don't respect those. Jedi serve others for the good of the galaxy, and Jedi seek to improve themselves through knowledge and training. Dude, that is like perfect. Man, I would have loved to have something like this when I was a kid. Loved. It's great. It's great. Even if you don't like anything about Star Wars, you have to appreciate that. We have the hangout we have to move off to. What we're going to do is not jump into it immediately. We've got to take this camera, move it upstairs, get things set up. I'm going to be building 2 Lego sets that you can watch the brick build. I'll take questions. It'll be interactive. There's probably going to be a lot of noise and background stuff, and we have to tell the people who are upstairs right now and likely still upstairs that we're about to do that because they may not know.
So until we're done.
Racist?
What?
What, I don't think you're supposed to say Indian style.
That's not a thing anymore?
I don't think it is. I don't think it's been a thing. Oh, you should hear what Diana's teachers used to say. You want to talk about racist? Oh, it was bad. Like, she started saying it one day. I'm like, what the hell are you saying? It was so bad. Texas is a different country.
Sit down pretzel style then.
There you go. Yeah, pretzel style. I like that.
All right.
See, I don't feel as assaulted.
You don't?
Oh. Bravo, Mr. Pirillo.
Oh, it's been a long Monday. And I've dropped my glasses. Oh, man. I'm sorry. This live stream has sucked. It's not my fault. I can't find my glasses. Has anybody seen my glasses? Where the hell are my glasses? I can't see them. Ah! Ah! You know, this is kind of a fun idea. Yeah, pitch me a question. You kind of have to tell me where you're pitching it from, though, because I can't see. I don't have my... Oh, there they are. Hang on. Yeah. All right. So does anybody who's watching the live chat have any question for me that you saw come in, maybe? I can possibly answer? Or not? Oh, now's the time you choose to not say anything.
I did see one question.
Oh, one question!
Let me see. Oh, apparently Jerry's got some flooding going on.
Flooding?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You almost caught his house on fire, too.
What?
Yeah. Well, the flood put out the fire. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. There was a question. I promised there was a question. Oh, since you talked about the 3 doodler, what do you think of the 2.0 if you have seen it?
I'm mad. Here's why. I kickstarted this tech thing, and it was pretty cool. In fact, I think I did a review on it, Pirillo Picks, a while ago. And now they made it better. And I got the sucky version. And I paid for the sucky version so that everybody could have a better version. So I'm done backing tech Kickstarter projects. Period. End of story. No ellipsis. Nope. Ah!
You know what I just noticed?
What?
I feel extremely bad for the podcast listeners. They have zero idea what's been going on for the past 5
I'm
minutes.
so sorry. Sorry.
What? I don't know how to explain
Hey,
what's happening.
well, can you explain how I changed my shirt?
And you turned blue.
And your face?
What about my face?
Looks like someone's been choking you for a day. No,
Let's not get into that. This is not that's too personal. Let's go ahead and close that out. Okay, I gotta get my glasses again. Oh god. Why do I keep dropping my glasses? I gotta get better frames or something like that. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate the fact that you stayed tuned during the entire broadcast. And if you didn't, well then you missed one hell of a day. Thank you again. If nobody told you, in this very time period, I've got messages that have come. Oh, he's been DMing me. No one's told you this. Oh. Jerry's asking me a tech support question for YouTube. I just love it.
Like?
Jerry knows everything, and then I love when he asks me a question because I feel like I'm smarter for a brief moment.
DM for help?
Just DM for help. Damn for help. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I need John to get ready because if he doesn't, then my hand will be in the shadows.
Just should have left it.
Like over there. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, can I shadow it over there? Is it? Yeah, there we go. How can I? There we go. I'll do that. I'll do it that way. You ready?
Yep.
At this point, I'm going to leave you. I got it coming out of my head to your own devices.